Hey, been a while. Don't know if you guys can hear me, but yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't really made gaming based discussions in a while because, well, life's been sucking, and I'm trying to be on my ever struggling comeback. Which, well, let's be realistic. Well, with my capabilities, may never happen. But oh well. Insomniac. I think the last time I talked about Insomniac was, what, almost 10 years ago? Yeah, I've been wanting to talk about Ratchet and Clank. Rift Apart looks amazing. I hate the fact that I still don't have a PS5 yet. And the awesomeness of Rift Apart is really not helping. But I've seen a couple of negativity videos on why you shouldn't get Rift Apart, because some people are saying it's going to be just as bad as 2016. That irked me. That really irked me, and I'm going to explain why. This talk, because I played 2016, and I think this talk was a long time coming, because no, it's not a reimagining, it's not a remake, it's the worst kind of movie tie-in. Yeah, people forget this was actually made to coincide with a movie. In fact, I'm gonna say it, Ratchet and Clank 2016 was not a real game. It wasn't a real game. The only, probably, like, the best thing about it was its price. Its price tag. It wasn't a full price game. But what it was the worst kind of MTX. No, not microtransaction, movie transaction. From my experience with the game, the game, how do I explain this? How do I explain this? You couldn't really experience one without having experienced the other. And it's kind of sucked, because if you were just going to get the game, the story cutscenes kind of guilt trip you in for not having watched the movie as well. Actually, it even goes as far that if you get the game first, it kind of guilt trips you for not having watched the movie first. It's got the worst case of, hey, we start at the end of the movie. How do we get here? We're going to explain it to you. Montage! While still leaving out parts that you still have to watch the movie to figure out. Those bullshit subtleties that you can only experience by watching the movie, and vice versa. If you just watch the movie, you really need to play the game to get a lot of missing details. It's all vice versa. That's why I say Ratchet and Clank 2016 is not a real game. It's movie merchandise. It's the worst kind of MTX. Again, it's not microtransactions, it's movie transactions. It's DLC for a movie. That's what it practically is. So, that's why it burns me up when people try to compare Rift Apart to 2016, because it's completely disingenuous. that experience was so satisfying dissatisfying to me as not only as a fan of Ratchet and Clank, but believe it or not, more importantly for me, as a fan of Mainframe Studios, then at the time Rainmaker Studios, because they could have done better. Mainframe Studios, who made the movie, they were pioneers in CG storytelling. I'm not Canadian, but good God, am I a diehard fan of Reboot. And look what they did with Beast Wars and Beast Machines, Transformers. And then they turn around with this disappointment of a Ratchet and Clank movie. And then, 2 years later, reboot the Guardian Code. That breaks my heart. That's why I was so shocked to see that same year where Mainframe would hit its lowest point with Reboot the Guardian Code, and Insomniac became the comeback kings with Spider-Man. Whew. Whew. God, Spider-Man is... I still haven't played Miles Morales yet. I'm actually tempted to get the PS4 version, but I really want to hold out to get on PS5 and get the deluxe edition so I can play Spider-Man Remastered there. I just need to get a PS5 though, and that's a struggle, and you'll all know why. But when you guys actually start complaining about Rift Apart and then comparing it to what's essentially a lower priced non-game, come on, the price tag doesn't even matter, because Into the Nexus was the same price, and that was that was more of a game than 2016 was. I'll say it here now. Into the Nexus, All for One, Full Frontal Assault, those were all more games than 2016 was. Well, it bears repeating. 2016 was not really as much of the game as more as it was a piece of merchandise for the movie. A movie transaction. DLC for something so disappointing. I can't wait for Ratchet and Clank. Well, I actually have no choice but to wait for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because I still don't... I mean, it really bugs me. It really does bug me that I can't get a PS5 yet. To those who do have a PS5 or can get a PS5 and are awaiting Rift Apart, man, oh, cheers to you. Man, I hope you have the time of your life. That's all I got for now. I'll see if I can come up with more subjects to talk about in more videos, just to get my mind off of my current problems. Until then, this is Jules1, signing out.